What's up? What's up? How are we doing? How am I? I'm doing well. I'm doing a lot better than earlier, dude. Oh my goodness. This rising, my entire body was going through something, but now I'm good. And we're chilling. I got on a fake reader's nerve today, and then they proceeded to do what every fake reader does, which is expose their own true nature of self by commenting and projecting everything on someone else and not accepting it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Which one of the reasons not legit? I uploaded a video about two of them, Tarot on Decks and Living Limitless. They're both fucking fake. They don't know anything. A lot of them are fake. Intuitive Goddess 333, fake. She's not reading anything real at all. Empress Bella, she's not reading anything real. Kev, love to do to death, but he's not reading tarot right. A lot of tarot readers on this platform are not fucking reading tarot right. I can go all day and just start naming people off the bot, but like that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to correct those fake, those falsities and turn it into truth, and hopefully collect some of those readers along the way, because they already have an audience that's big that they can already help, and if they can just learn the cards and what they're actually doing in the art form, they could actually help people instead of just gaining money off of their suffering, which is what they're doing. When has a tarot reader ever told you a solution to a problem? Other than, oh, it's gonna get better, they'll stop, God's got you, but they don't give you an actual solution of like a path to walk down. They just keep you sitting down and waiting for something to happen and nothing happens. Like, let's get it real. This isn't some sort of fucking magic game. This is a tool to connect you to life. This is how you live. This is the tool to get you out of your mind so you can I spit it right on the chariot, but here, it's a tool to get you to get in this position with the chariot. It's the final card in tarot. Even though it says 7 there, it's a storybook, a 78-page storybook. This is the last page in the book. You have full control. You're able to do whatever you want. There's no strain, there's no reins or restraints on both the sphinxes, meaning that both sides of you are completely in control. They are tamed. You don't need to do anything to control them. You don't have anything connected to them. When you decide with your mind that you are ready to go and do something, everything will take off. That's how we're supposed to be as humans on this earth. Unfortunately, we're not. And no one knows how to. Everyone's like, oh, it's this, it's that. Or I think I'm doing this, I think I'm doing that, because they don't know the rule book. They're just guessing. This is the rule book. It's all in here. It's all the rules to how to fix that issue, to how to solve that. You don't need fucking $1,000 courses, dude. You just need to know what this says and what it does and what this is, and you're solved. What, like $10, $9, something on Amazon? To solve life secrets, genuinely, actually, and no one has a brain to do it until recently, when fucking, well, since the spiritual hobo has been doing it, and he's been coming out with it. Now it's starting to catch more momentum and stuff, but like, I'm telling you, man, these readers don't know what the hell they're doing. And what y'all talking about people throwing magic on you. What the fuck you think you're allowing these people to do to you? They're putting spells on you. They're getting you sucking cycles. Oh, my ex is still stalking me. Your ex is probably on with someone else or doesn't even fucking remember you by now. Not everyone's that obsessive. It's that egoic point. It's the rational mind. It's that conditioned stimuli. They condition you. This card means, hold on. This card means tower moment. There's nothing more to tower moment other than it's bad and disasterful. Conditioned stimuli. Now, every time you see this card, you're always going to hear it because that's what they all say. This card tells you the story of Jack and Jill. You wouldn't even fucking know that, would you? Because they don't talk about it. They don't know the cards. Jack and Jill walked off the hill to catch a pail of water. The wisdom. Jack fell down and lost his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. That's why Jill still has her crown on. The feminine can't lose. The heart space can't lose. It always follows because it loves. It goes with you. It doesn't need to separate from you. It knows that whatever happens on the physical doesn't matter. It's completely full and safe. This is your inner and outer duality that people exist in, between the inner polarity that you have. But people only stop at duality. Yeah, my stomach's been feeling a lot better too. But I mean, again, people don't know this because they're reading it from the Egyptian. Exactly. It's not a disaster. Sometimes things need to fall apart. Sometimes it's for the best. You lost your crown. You made a bad decision and it didn't work out. Thank the fuck God it didn't work out if it's a bad decision. The only thing that's bad about that is your guilt, your fall. You built all the way up and you fucking fell to the ground because you decided to walk up and build a tower to heaven instead of realizing that you just have to go into here in your heart where the water is to make heaven on earth. Water falls. Why the fuck do you walk up a hill when water is on there? If you're walking up a hill to get a pail of water, that means there's water already on the ground. Why are you walking up the hill? Why are you taking this extraordinary journey that's not going to lead you anywhere but failure and demise? Why would you do that to yourself? But again, like, these are things that the rational mind does that people don't know about because they're not reading this stuff right. It's all there in front of them. But these other readers, they come to me, oh, you think you know it all. I don't care if you think I know it all. That's just you showing me that you don't know a damn fucking thing and that you're scared of me. Because I can outdo you. Way better than you could ever think. And that's just the truth, because I have the information. I have documents. Dude, I literally have this whole fucking conscious map of tarot. They don't have anything on me. It's a conscious map, dude. It's a whole fucking Neuralink looking thing. I'm not even joking. And you're gonna tell me that I'm a know-it-all in tarot? Hell yeah, fucking I've been connecting this shit for a whole damn year. I know hell more than these people do. I got research to prove it. They don't know a damn thing. And it's like irritating to have these people go, oh, you think you know it all? Because I fucking do to this point. I know all I know to this point, which is way more than these people could ever know. So of course I get a little upset about it, because it's like, damn, I'm literally out here fighting the fucking devil, and people just sucking the devil's dick like it's candy. Like, what the fuck, man? This shit's crazy to me. Talk about God. Duh, you talking about the God of earth, but it's a Satan, Penny. You gotta get out of that. What God you talk about? Yeah, it's the whole thing, but that's the riddle behind Jack and Jill. That's the whole part of it. Jack of all trades, master of none, and Jill of all trades, master of all. That's what that means. Look up Jill of trade. That's a thing. Jack of all trades, master of none. It can do everything. Take you to the future, take you to past, bring up things that don't even exist. But it has no mastery over anything, because it's yet to create anything on the physical that's worth standing through the storms. And Jill of all trade, master of all. Can see it all, can do it all, knows how to do it all. Just does not force its will, because it knows it can't force its will. Because the rational mind in Jack wants to prove that he can do it better. He's the handyman. He's a jester. He's a joke. He's the fool. He took the fall. And Mother's always with you, guiding you in the heart space. That's what's going on. Like, that's the truth behind the riddle. But again, like, these are things that we have to look up. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You don't even need to get classes with it. I'm telling you right now. I'm genuinely telling you. There are only two things you need. I'm serious. You need to just be able to look up symbology, right? Don't look up definitions, look up origins, okay? When we research things, we don't use definitions. Definitions change over time. Origins are the originator. They are the seed which that tree expanded out to be. Go back to the root to find that solution. Everyone's doing shadow work, focusing on the branches, focusing on what's falling off the tree. No one's going to the root and seeing that issue. All you need is that in a magnifying glass, because there's intricate details on these decks that can be seen. Like, hold on. I mean, a lot of people don't even realize this. On the Magician's deck, there's like symbols on it, and I haven't like decoded it yet. I'm still like, I actually got a message from my mentor. I got 2 new charts actually from my mentor a while ago that I looked over and was studying, which is really cool. And I'll break that down whenever I do more looking into it. But the Magician card, people don't notice those 3 things on the table. Can you even see that? I don't even know if you can. You might be able to see the cross in the middle one. But no one, like, Have you ever seen a reader point to that ever and like call those out and tell you what those mean? They're there for a reason. These cards are made with full intent. And if you know anything about Pamela, right? Pamela, oh my God. If you know anything about Pamela Coleman, everything that woman did in life was with full intent. She was a full-on knower that everything had to have a reason, that everything did have a reason. And it was that deeper awareness that brought you to that. Everything on this deck is made purposeful. Everything. And that's why you have to study it. Because they studied the old life that we used to live as our ancestors lived in Egypt and Kemet and the Sumerians and before then. And they put this together in the Golden Dawn. Pamela put this together in Golden Dawn. It's what broke up the majority of the Golden Dawn. It was a whole issue. People didn't want these secrets getting out to get the power into people's hands because the gypsies held it forever. They knew what they were about to unlock. This is Pandora's box they were opening. Pamela didn't give a fuck. She said, if we're going to sit here and have the truth, I'm going to have it exposed to people. I'm not going to sit around and let that happen. We're going to make it artistic. It's a picture book. Symbology. Everyone knows the world is ran off of symbols by now. We can just make the deck with symbols. And those with eyes will see. And everyone else will remain blind. And that's just how it has to be. But in the age of Aquarius, the truth will be shining no matter if you're blind or not. So devils beware, because you're going to get exposed and you're going to get sent off. And those who are sheep wanting to walk on the journey, and I mean those who are lambs, excuse me, and those who were sheep and those who are lambs, excuse me, I'll say it that way, will come to the actual truth of light, to those sides of things where we're leaving that external viewpoint of colonism and fucking Europeanism and all that shit, and you know how the USA is ran now, focusing on everything outside and actually turning internal and seeing what it is and seeing what these angels and demons and deities that we have around us actually represent and what they were, the energy that they carry, and how we embody all those energies and how we can move through with it. Because we're not the zodiac. Again, the zodiac, we are the sun and the moon. That's the whole Ophiuchus thing. The whole thing was Ophiuchus to show you that that's the sun. You are the sun and the moon. Ophiuchus is the man that heals. He's both masculine and feminine, just like Aquarius. Same thing. Only thing with Aquarius is wisdom. Man bearing wisdom. Man holding water, bearing wisdom. Someone who is inclined to their intuitive nature rather than their rational mind. Because we were like that before. How do you think we built all this shit that we had? How do you think we had inventions of things that we're just now seeing now that were invented years ago, like centuries ago, eons ago? Because people aren't connected to their heart space or the intuitive self or the God within. They're connected to the fucking rational mind. They don't see anything. They can't see anything. They're boxed in. And it's something that you have to study and see to know. But again, these tarot readers don't use the Rider-Waite deck. Or if they do, they're not seeing the full symbology. Now, I will say you get the most accurate readings with the Rider-Waite, no matter what, because it's telling you what you need to know. The only thing after that is just knowing the symbolisms, knowing what a tower is, knowing what the Empress is, knowing what the Emperor is, knowing what the Magician is, knowing what they're doing. Why are they shaped like that? What is the Magician? What is an Empress? What is a tower? Why is a tower falling? Why is there lightning hitting a crown? Why are there people falling off? Why does the woman have a crown? Why is there a limnoscat above the head? Why does the limnoscat not look like a complete infinity sign? There's a notch. There's a bulge in the middle, if you can see it, which is why you need a magnifying glass, because you'll see it. It's not infinity. You can literally see where those 2 points meet, and it's there to show you that that's a limnoscat. Infinity doesn't meet. Infinity is a circle. They would not intertwine. That's showing an achievement. It's a limnoscat. It's a thing. But you are the sun. You are the moon and the sun, because the feminine always goes first, and we're going to solve that too. It has nothing to do with fucking gender or sexism. Get that shit out your mind if you're thinking that. It's just how it is. The feminine has to come before the man, because if there's a man on earth, he can't fucking do shit without a woman. They found that out in Genesis, didn't they? They found that out real quick in Genesis. The woman has to come first. And a woman did come first. It was Lilith. They didn't tell you about it. They said that she was evil and bad because they didn't, they wanted to be equal. That's evil. No, that's what we are. It's the equal parts of you. They want your heart to be unequal so that you're not following. They want your heart to be demonized and your rational mind to be glorified. To send you right back here, right back into a hellhole, right back in the sphere, chaos, all this other shit that you don't need. Yeah, see, that's what you need to do first. Look at things literally. Like, first off, genuinely, the first three things. The best way for you to read tarot, if you don't want to dive deep, look at three things. That was two. Excuse me. Look at three things. Look at the numerology. All right. Look at what element is used in the card, and then look at the astrology. That's all you need. It's going to tell you the card. It's going to tell you what element they're in, what phase of consciousness, better yet, they're in. Wands being the ideas, they're in the realm of observing and seeing things externally and receiving things that are generating a feeling, which is the cups, and that comes from the heart space. And that feeling is the first thing that you recognize as a thought, because your feeling generates that thought instantly. That first quiet thought is that feeling. The loud thought is your sword. That's your action. No, I need to move quickly. Let me go, hurry. Let me get into this action. Then goes to your pinnacle, your actual outcome, your abundance, your reward, or whatever they want to call it, right? That's what you're looking at. Your phases of consciousness with the zodiac, which is not the astrology, excuse me, which does not mean that that person is being influenced by them, but that is what they're currently going through in their life. It's not that Saturn is blocking them and they need to do planetary Solomonic magic to, put a seal on Saturn, Saturn or anything. They need to see how Saturn moves with them, actually knowing their chart, seeing their Saturn placement and going, oh, my Saturn's with my communications. So my issue right now is I'm not communicating well. Well, communicating doesn't just mean talking to someone outside. Communicating has to do with talking to yourself inside. Same thing. That's what we're dealing with. But again, this is the basis of it, because tarot is astrology, numerology, astronomy. It has everything to do with the elements. It has everything to do with the God factor. The keys, the two keys in you. Two heads are better than one. One head, two heads. You're in the middle. You're the third. You can say that your stomach, your gut is another brain, but that's an entirely different thing that deals with feeling rather than the rational mind, right? It's a completely different component within itself. But then, because that's what's going on. I got sidetracked with that. My bad. But regardless, the point still stands. Tarot is not what people think it is. It's an old way of life. And the numerology doesn't go to 11. 11 is 2. Numerology adds up. It goes back to its root. And that's what it's all about. It's trying to get you back to the root. Don't keep adding things onto you. That's external. That's making things go longer. It's making things extend. You're wanting to concide things, not to, make things complicated or to mash them together, but so they can coexist together. You don't need so many extra things that you have to walk one over and domino effect them. You can just allow them to coexist together. They already have a reason to. That's why we have numerology, to show that these numbers coexist. It goes up to 9 and then back to 1 at a higher level. That's all it's showing. That's all that zero placement is showing, is like, oh, this is a higher placement of 1. And then 11 is 2. 13, all these things. 12 and 13, it goes all the way up like that. But that's what we're looking at when we're dealing with tarot. But it's become westernized. People have used westernized astrology, whereas the planets are ruling you and the planets are stopping you, and this is what's going on with the planets, and this is that person's sign that could be attacking you or whatever. It's playing off of the rational mind. It's a gypsy trick. That's why it's been hidden for so long, because it's a gypsy trick. People have been fooled by the gypsies for years because no one actually gets gypsies. If you meet a gypsy, you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get. You really don't. Gypsies are the most interesting, coolest individuals because they actually are down. They actually know things. They're not just going around. There's generations of wisdom and knowledge that's passed down within gypsies. There's secrets that gypsies have that no one else has. And it's mainly from these decks. But then again, most of your modern day gypsies, they do have to play this game. because they know what's happening. They know like the power of it. Some gypsies don't, some gypsies do. It depends, right? I'm a gypsy that fucking doesn't. Real random words and stuff on it, dude. That you can. That's never. I don't think. I don't know. It depends. That depends. Because if the person, if that individual, right, is channeling their guide or someone, and they know the name of them and everything, right? Like, because I'm someone that wants to clarify a little shit like that. But regardless, if it's someone that's channeling like their guide or spirit of someone that you know of or that they talk about, and they use that to, write the cards, maybe, right? Sure, we can go with that, because people do channel, people do that, right? That's a thing. But in totality, a lot of your readers who do that now see it as like a money scheme because people like to do it, right? It's the whole thing with me doing angel cards in my readings when I used to. I did that because I actually liked it. Like I had angel decks, I was going to do it. I was into angels. I was going through angel practice. But a lot of people don't do it in that sense. They do it because, oh, it's going to add pizzazz to it. This is my niche, right? I don't have a niche. I'm just doing what I got to do. That's why I don't care about that one person saying "love you to the moon and back." I didn't coin that phrase. I don't give a fuck. I'm not up that. That ain't my problem. So intuition, it is something that comes from that heart space. It is a feeling. The intuition is not something that you gain off that. It is a feeling. That feeling can then generate a thought, and that thought can use that feeling as fuel to lead you down the right way. But when you start saying, "Oh, I knew it has to be them because they're X, Y, Z," and you start building up that narrative, that's when the rational mind kicks in. And that's an easy way to tell when the rational mind kicks in, when a narrative has to be made, when there has to be a complete story about something that doesn't necessarily matter. That's when the rational mind kicks in because it needs to have that completion. It needs to have the, oh, this is the whole reason why. When in actuality, it's something completely off par. I did not catch. Did I catch you when talking about it? Uh, I did not hear. Let me get to it. Yeah, if your sun, moon, and rising is Gemini, um, I can definitely see how that would be confusing. But the whole thing with Gemini is the attunement and the cooperation of both the masculine and feminine elements. So you really need to like with your chart, right? Read on your chart like what is a sun Gemini mean? Like what is a triple Gemini with sun, moon, rising? Like how does that affect an individual? Like what are the characteristics? What are the planetary rulings with those? Because with Gemini you're dealing with the twins, with both the feminine, the masculine, the intuitive, and the rational. And it's the planetary laws and the luminary laws, because the sun and the moon aren't planets, they're luminary. Well, the moon and the sun aren't planets, they're luminaries, right? So you'd have your sun, you'd have Gemini influenced by sun, that's your chart, right? You'd have moon influenced by Gemini. You'd have your ascendant, which is you know influenced by Gemini, and then you would have Taurus influenced by Venus, right? In that sense, because you just said that, I'm just checking that. I'm just saying that because you put it there. But that's what you would do, is you would say like that's what it's, that's what's happening in that sense. That's what the influence is. This sign, this mode of reality, this cardinal, this fixed, oh my god. I don't want to say mode. I'm thinking of meaning in mode for some reason. Cardinal, fixed, and mutable. I'm sorry. I don't know why math class came up for a minute, but cardinal, mutable, cardinal, fixed, and mutable, right? That's your stages of reality. Cardinal just means you're beginning out. Fixed means that you're getting somewhere stable. You're able to collect ideas from one person and send them off to someone else who can do bigger, or you can, you're a good team worker in that sense with fixed. But mutable is when you're able to move it forward. Those are your actual, like, I'm taking this and I'm moving it over there. Like whenever Patrick said, why don't we move Bikini Ballroom, push it over there type shit. That's a That's a funny way of saying it, but that's one of the that's the move that's being played with them, just to kind of like inform a little bit in like a lighthearted way. A good book for recommending for learning and mastering astrology. Um, I I believe I have one. Yeah, I mean exactly. I don't know. I mean that shit. It might as well be right. But I think I have one PDF that helps with zodiac with the astrology. But really, it's just looking up the origin of like what where they came from. Who is Mercury? Who is Venus? You know, who is Saturn? Who is Jupiter? Who are these characters that these planets are named after? These are names. They didn't just get put on them for some reason. They're idolized off of something. That's what a name does. Is it shows who they are, like who they're idol after, or the legacy that they're idoled after, or whatever their energy is idoled after, whatever. That's what you're looking at. So just study the planets in that sense. Like look the origins of the planet names, right? You can take it back to Greek mythology if you want. You can take it all the way back to the Mayan. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it, and take it how far back you want to get as much information as you need. But it's about understanding like the laws of what those names mean. Mars being the marshal, Venus is about connection, but in the masculine sense, you searching for that connection, because Venus is not a feminine thing. It has two masculine signs ruling it. It's about connections and being together, but it's about getting together with that masculine force, right? But with love, because each, no matter what planet you're dealing with, no matter what the sign is, it's going to have both the masculine and feminine. It's about what what rules it, you know. What is it called? Oh my, it's the polarity. It's whatever polarity they're on. I forgot. I don't know why I forgot the word polarity, but it's whatever polarity they're heavily weighed on, that they're going to be seen by the signs and their placements. But even then, like the zodiac that are placed on those planets, if you know those zodiacs, they balance out and they tell you the masculine and feminine elements, even if there's not even like a feminine presence within the polarity within those zodiacs. It will still show you the feminine element within that planet. But overall, it's like it's just about knowing these things, because as time goes on, like people will create life, and though that's really good for people to do, people are making life out of their rational mind rather than their heart space, which is why the reality looks the way that it does now, because we're creating reality constantly. Whatever our mind desires, nature supplies, because nature, mother nature, loves us so much that she gives us whatever we want, and if we think it, we desire, it happens. So the world is the way it is because collectively every individual on earth, or the majority of them, are still working from that rational point of mind and not working towards that heart space. Now those working from the heart space, whenever they break out of that mold and that bubble, they'll be able to do what the fuck they want, but they had to first break out of that mold. They had to deprogram themselves fully from anything they had, you know, first caught on from that mode, and really integrate that feminine aspect in themselves again, which is what you had when you were a child. That infinite love supply you had when you were a child, that infinite energy supply you had when you were a child, was ripped away because of the events that you went through and the things that you grabbed onto and claimed that were yours, instead of just letting them pass through you as they should have. It's the hard thing to do with the rational mind. We don't know how to control. We're not taught how to. We should be taught how to at the age of 5 to help us like build up that mental defense and build up those strengths, but we're not. Instead, we're indoctrinated in school, or you know, however, you know, different people do different things when they're in 5. Some people go to preschool, some people go to kindergarten, some people just get homeschooled, however, right? Um, not in an etymological, not in etymology. Depending on what letters as well. Um, but letters are just symbols, and those symbols represent different things. Like the alphabet wasn't just like what we use now. It was a bunch of symbols, obviously, like hieroglyphs and stuff. Like Arabic is a form of a glyph, even though it's not a hieroglyph. It's still a glyph. It's symbols representing things. And it's about just knowing where those symbols originated from. Because English is just an Anglo-Saxon language. You just have to look up the original, like, where did this not letter But where did this phonic, where did this sound originate from? What did this sound mean? And then you attach it to that symbol, to that letter, and then you get it, because that letter is just giving you, because that's what you do with a letter. You deliver things in it, what it means. But numbers got root meanings in letters around the time of the Greeks and Hebrews. Numbers weren't really related off of like root letters at that point. It was more of just kind of like tallies in a sense, but not actual tallies. Some use, like the Egyptians use like periods or like dots for some. When you get into the Roman, you got the Roman numerals, and those all mean things as well with that. But you know, it all depends on where we're looking at. But over time, they begin to get those things, because they realize that, oh, if we need to create a reality around these individuals, to make sure that that secrets don't get out, to make sure that people don't see beyond the veil, then we need to create a whole reality around them. So that's what they did. They created the Anglo-Saxon alphabet. They got the Vatican together to rule the school systems and things. So that's, you know, that's what you're doing when you send people to school. You're going to literally a Roman Catholic ritual, where you get your degree, you know. You're indoctrinated. You get your diploma, which is diplomatically indoctrinated, and that's what your diploma is. It's just a saying, hey, I've been indoctrinated, look at me. Like, that's all like diplomas and certificates are. It's like, I passed this test, I know what this means, I've been certified in this system, but you don't actually have to know anything about it. Because even though people have those certificates, what do they truly know of that subject, other than like what they were taught by the people who taught them, which again are the same people that are being governed and given information by those that are hiding information. Like, what's going on? That's what I'm here to do. I That's what I'm here to do. Those light bulb moments is what I'm here to do. I'm telling you, man. I'm coming out with like with the wrath right now, because I just, the more I study tarot, and the more I do the inner works of like what my readings are showing me, and the more that I'm actually like integrating like what I'm getting from these readings, the more I'm actually seeing the reality around me shift and change. The less actually I'm stressed, the less I'm affected by things, the more mental power I actually have over the realm around me. And that's what we need. Because right now we live in a world where the rational mind is ruled by the outside. That's what the rational mind is. Matter over mind. Mind over matter is what you need to be. We're all matter over mind. We're all concerned, I don't have this, I don't have that. That's matter over mind. We need to be mind over matter. We need to know that we have everything already. And that it's just up to us to listen to that description and take that next step. That is a fucking hilarious conditioned stimuli event that just happened in my reality right now. Oh my god. That was so funny. It only brought up confusion, no fear, no like anguish. I was only just like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? But that's conditioned stimuli, because they were talking about $100 cheap hotel rooms or something. That's what they were screaming about. It's like $100 cheap hotel rooms. Okay. And you think I give a fuck about that reality? No. You see what I mean? Y'all think this is crazy and funny. No, I'm on to something here. It's the conditioned stimuli. It's the whole thing. I used to have a fear of people randomly screaming and slamming doors. That's why every video that I did in this hotel for the very beginning and the other one had people slamming doors and screaming all the time. I got over that. I no longer had that emotional response from my chest plate giving them that reaction that they want. And they try to do it again because now it's like, oh, we got to pay for your hotel room because I haven't fucking paid for it yet still. Whatever. Normally, I'd be stressed out about it. I'm not. I could give a shit less because I know that I'm going to be fine. And then conditioned stimuli. People walk down the road screaming about $100 hotel stuff. That's how the reality works around us. Seriously, I'm not making a joke up or nothing. This is the matrix around us in full effect right now in 4K. You just seen it happen. That's what goes on. That's what this reality. This is how it's run, actually, fully. And that's what I'm here to break. And you break that. You can break it many ways, but I'm breaking it with getting the knowledge of tarot out. Because when you finally see like how the reality responds to the mind, and how when you move past old programming, those old programs come back to test you to see if like, did you really get rid of me? Do I still have control in the unit that projects that energy out to allow things to be created from this place here? Or have you actually mastered that and bottled, and not bottled in, but healed that spot? What other new things you have to work on in that sense? But I mean, I'm this is I mean, I don't know. Whenever I started delving deep into conditioned stimuli and like into tarot at the same time, it's stuff's been happening. Like this, I'm telling you, dude, weird shit's gonna be happening on this channel. It's not even something of like a joke. It's something that I very much am aware of. I've pissed off a lot of people already, and I haven't even talked about it a lot yet. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I had readers emailing me like months before I got this deep into it, telling me, "Oh, you don't need to do this. Back off. Stop doing this. Oh, don't expose the truth. You don't need that." And then now we're here, and things are starting to click with what these cards are doing. And then we're starting to see more of how these cards are used and what the representation of these are and how we can use them. Right now, things are gonna get weird. Now things are gonna get really fucking weird. But regardless, it's just a simulation that I'm aware of fully. And if I can break multiple boundaries and bust multiple holes open, I'll be glad to. It's a whole thing. It was a whole thing because I was like, because when that first happened, I was in like the best mindset anyway, because I was kind of shaken up around that time. It was my first. I was going off on a whim, just the first big leap I took with the divine in a long time, right? And it was like it was nerve wracking for me. So I was always fucking jumpy and skittish and stuff. But you can look back through all the readings that I've done. There's noise cues in there, and you can visually see me jump and get scared. And I don't do that anymore. Well, I do that sometimes, but I have to be like really like zoned in on what I'm talking about, right? But you can see where I visually give that response that they need and how it stops immediately after that response. But it does not stop until I give it that. You'll see that, and that's the response that that energy wants, not the individual, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's just the jinn, the entity, the spirit, the whatever you fuck you want to call it at this point, the egregore around the individual at that time, possessing them to do those things or convincing them, oh, you might as well just do these things, that then allow them to do that, because you don't do anything that you don't deem as wrong. And if you just with your mind, if you can say, oh, it's not going to be wrong for me to do that, it's going to be fine. You still get jumpy with bugs. There's a few bugs that I'm not a big fan of, but I'll try my best to like keep composure. The only thing that gets me. Goodness. I get that. There's some bugs I gotta get used to. I had to get used to spiders, and that wasn't that bad. But yeah. They're probably going to be out there screaming for a while, so just allow them to do so if you hear them, I guess. I don't know. Oh my god. Taxidermy wolf pendant sounds kind of cool, though. I'm not going to lie. My mentor, whenever he, well, not every time, but sometimes when he teaches, when the spiritual uncle teaches, he has like a deer skull on him. Oh, a wolf spider. Oh, interesting. I thought he had like a whole wolf on a pendant, dude. A wolf spider pendant's kind of cool though. That's cool too. My friend's terrified of wolf spiders. He hates them. He's an arachnophobe though, so he has like a pass to not like them, I guess. You have no spirit right to carry a wolf. Damn. That's fair. I'm telling you, dude. This is not like, this isn't like a joke, or like me trying to be some random person to like skew up chaos or whatever. I'm genuine when I say this. Like, this isn't. I wouldn't be. I'm not someone to talk shit out my ass all the time. I talk what I know, and I'm like, this is something I'm always studying. I'm always coming back, giving like new information on the cards whenever I realize it and stuff. And it's like, tarot cards aren't something you can just talk about in like a specific order, because that's not how they're read. So it's like, you just really have to be like, so what's this card about? What does that card mean? What does this card mean? Like, what's this card teaching you? What's that card teaching you? And there's still some cards that I'm not fully like caught up on, like Justice. I haven't done all the breakings down to Justice yet. I had it on my other laptop, well, some of it, but fucking got stolen. I'll probably find it somewhere in my other notes though. Um, that is interesting. Ladybugs, isn't there a ladybug on the Ten of Pentacles? I'm pretty sure there's a ladybug on the Ten of Pentacles, isn't there? Hold on, I can get your reading as well, Phoenix. Let me look at the Ten of Pentacles real quick though. Hold on, that's got me. I think there's a ladybug on that card already though. I swear, or at least I can see one being on it, because like, just how ladybugs and what they represent. Oh my God. Where is the Ten of Pentacles? It's gonna be like one of the last cards I pull. It always happens when I do something like this. I passed it up completely. Never mind. I'm not gonna look at it just yet. Oh dang. Yeah, ladybugs are a sign of luck and prosperity, by the way. So that's, that does add up. Okay, it's not in the box. I'm gonna get you to your pull, Phoenix. Maybe the Ten of Pentacles pops out. I mean, a doorknob with a wolf spider? Huh. That's also very interesting. Also, I'm gonna say this right now because I don't know. I don't know if they're in here or not, but I do have to say it again because it would be of a great benefit to have this kind of solved at this point. But whoever donated to my Cash App under ALP, for and the reason why it was for you for 2 hours, be sure to refund the money that you sent to that other Cash App and send it to STUMPX3, because that's my actual Cash App, so that I can get you you and your services, your things, and all that stuff, and as well take care of things I need to take care of on my end. Anyway, let me get back to the reading. I'm sorry, I got so sidetracked again, Phoenix, but I had to get that call out. And welcome in, Synth. Nope, that's no. I'm not gonna get distracted again. There's so many things happening right now. I just need to focus forward. Anyway, Phoenix. Your first card is the Ace of Wands. There is an idea that is very valuable at this time. An idea that's being sent from that heart space. When it comes down to this moving situation, there is a resolution that you kind of already have in mind, or that you're wanting to just really do. And you might be having like your rational mind go like, I don't know if I can, not rational, but you just, you might be having thoughts of like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I, if it's possible, like, there might be a better option or all these things. But there is an idea, there's a generation of idea happening right now. So pay very close attention to it. With it being upright as well, this is something of good fuel. So don't dismiss it immediately. Just allow all the ideas to kind of cultivate, and then make that decision. But right now, definitely like clean out the heart space. With the Ace of Wands to the Ace of Cups, yeah, right. Clean out the heart space. There is some gunk within the heart. There's some thoughts that are blocking that heart space. Doing some heart chakra meditations will help you with that. Doing some third eye meditation to help you see through that gunk is also going to help. With the Ace of Wands by the Ace of Cups, that is a beautiful sign, because especially when they're both upright, because you went through, you have the idea from God, and now you're just cleaning out that heart space, making sure that the feelings that you have are going to be viable fuel for you to move forward. So like decrease, like really like work on de-stressing, making things less of an anxiety. Even though it's a big move, all that energy that you're generating doesn't have to be anxiety and stress. It can motivate you further. It can give you the thought patterns, and more of the feelings that you are desiring in the path that you're trying to walk down. So really, all in all, like, just allow the divine to speak to you at this time within that heart space. Allow that heart space to say, hey, what if you did this, what if you did that? Don't jump on anything just yet because it hasn't hit the thinking phase yet, but allow that feeling to just nurture you of, hey, I have like all this energy in me that's helping me, and see like all the things that could go wrong, or seeing how big this decision is. But this is also to help me push myself forward, because the rational mind can only see like all those dangers to keep your eyes out for them. Now you turn into the heart space. Now you see all those dangers and go, since all those dangers are there, what's the plan for me? Because my inspector on the external already sees all these dangers. There's something that you see though that I haven't quite got. So what do I need to get now? What more do I need to see that this side of me is already like produced? And then walking down that path will slowly guide you down, to that solution. But I mean, Ace of Wands by Ace of Cups, that is it's a fantastic. And even the card on the bottom resonates too, with the Nine of Swords, just headaches, getting some sleep. Maybe you have a dreams, but again, it's just this battle of I can't. I think I can do this. I don't think I can. This would be a really good idea, but I don't know how I'd pull it off, right? It's that seesaw effect. But I love you as well, and thank you so much as well. And did you watch the reading? Also, I need to ask a question about that reading. Did the full reading show? Did it cut off halfway? Because the internet turned off halfway, and I don't know if the video kept recording or not. It said it was, but sometimes it doesn't do that. I remember a bit about what the other half of the video was talking about. If you need me to make like a synopsis of that and type it to you in email, I can definitely do that as well. But I found the Ten of Pentacles. I'm gonna check if there's a ladybug on it. There's not. Oh, I didn't notice that though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is that? Hold on. I think I found something that different on the Ten of Pentacles than a ladybug. Hold on. What in the hell? There is a sigil on this man, and I don't know, like, there's two sigils. Is that I think that is that the Oh my god, hold on. I found something in the fucking tin. Is this Masonic? Hold on. I needed fucking. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, but it could be. But I'm not too sure. I have to like look into it more. But I'm seeing a lot of things that I'd never seen before on this card, which is really like interesting because I never noticed that the ground was plowed. And again, with the pinnacles, the King of Pinnacles, the Ten of Pinnacles, saying that you're able to like, yeah, on the close. It's like I don't know if I'll be able to get up and close enough to show you them all, but like if you stare at it for long enough, you can kind of see what I'm talking about, like some sigils and stuff, or at least some form of like, something. Um, but I didn't know that the land was plowed there and already like ready to be planted, which is really interesting. That explains a lot more. See, there's so much shit that you can just look and like, man. I'm telling you, if you just look at the card, you don't even need you don't need anything. You don't need to spend money. You just get the card. You look it up online and look at it. Just look at it. Things will start to show themselves to you. Yeah, on his back neck to the dog. And then this right here, I don't know what that is, but that reminds me of some form of like Enochian key, or sigil of some sort. I've seen that symbol somewhere before. I'm not sure where, or something's very familiar to it. But yeah, I mean, shit. You just look at the card, because when you're reading, you're not looking at it fully. You study these things. This tells you so much. There's so much detail in this card. Like, look at all this stuff on the side here. You didn't even see that. Look at this whole storyboard thing happening there, surrounded by the Masonic, the chessboard. Let's do this. The che. I can't say it. It's going to be called the che for now on because I can't say the word fully. But you know what I mean. The Masonic tiling and everything. The checkered floor. All that stuff is there. And it's the checkered floor is squaring in all of this stuff right here. So what does all that mean? I don't know. I got to go figure that out. Dude. Like, come on. Breaking down tarot isn't hard. You just have to really look at it. The only thing that's difficult is the research. Looking at the cards and marking down everything, which is what I've done, not for everything, but for a lot of them, is what I've done. That's why on this project you have hold on, I have to highlight it so you can actually see. So this is how many symbols I have, right? This is how the symbols are. I don't have much information on them at all, but that's all the symbolisms and stuff. Where's the cups at? I don't know, but I have like the pinnacles. I have the cups somewhere. That's the Ace of Cups. But look at all the stuff that these connect. It's just the Ace of Cups connects to. All that stuff the Ace of Cups connects to. And then, like, I haven't done all the pinnacles yet because I'm beginning with the cups, right? But all these things connect, and you have all the major arcana there. Like I've looked into this shit. This isn't something that and the zodiacs and stuff. This isn't something that I'm weak about or like I'm not actually doing. What program is this, dude? It's beautiful. It's called Obsidian. It's Obsidian. It is one of the best note makers ever. It is one of the best note makers ever, dude. I love it. It saves my life. It's so much better than this text document stuff. Because if I were to show you, like, here, let me take y'all back to some of my tarot notes. Let me take you back to some of my old tarot notes. This shit is so funny to look at. Because when I type it out, like, it's just, when I type it out and stuff, it's all of this, right? And about Like, I'm not lying when I'd say I do research, dude. I got tabs on top of 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 tabs of shit that I've been looking up. This is not like, I'm not someone just to talk about shit and not do it. This is what I spend the majority of my time doing, is typing out shit, researching, getting all sorts of stuff out. Dude, I'm about this life. This is what I want to do. This is what my soul, my heart, my entire body calls for me to do. Like, everything on my notepad, and I have two of them open, are just different things. We have here, like, we have a few tarot one-liners that me and the spiritual oboe went over. We have like a few of them, and like, what is tarot about? The key is two keys. Two heads are better than one. All this stuff, like, you know, I I'm on the ball. Like, we're on a case here. I'm very, very serious about this shit. It's a very big passion of mine. I very much pour all sorts of energy into it because I've been working on that obsidian thing for like a year, and I had to quit working on it because I realized I don't have all the information that I need. I actually don't have the information that I would need to type out better information about these cards. So I had to stop. Because here, let me go back to Obsidian. Let me show you how this works. Let me go find the Ace of Cups. I will click on, yeah, so here. I click on the Ace of Cups, right? It shows you the Ace of Cups. It says it right here, the Ace of Cups JPEG, right? All that stuff. Ace of Cups represents ideas delivered from the divine, all this stuff, right? And the ideas and stuff. So you click on here, you can see the idea there. We go in the Bible verses. I haven't like put any information here, but this is like basically the research that I'm doing, right? We have Divine Mother, all these things you click on, they're definitions of things, right? So like that's what we're messing with. And then we have like the numerology in both like Roman and like English as well, just to help with that. Then we have like minor arcana, and you can kind of click through here. Like if we went to wands, you'd see all the wands there and stuff. Like that's just kind of how it works. It's really fucking cool. But I didn't have all the information to get all the things that I needed, and some of that information also outdated because I wouldn't use the word idea anymore. I would use the word feelings for that, which is when I stopped doing my research on that. And I instead of writing definitions, just went around and started typing out all the stuff that I was seeing, and then delved into research on more things like that. But this has been a crazy long year working on this stuff. And eventually, whenever I get the Obsidian thing finished, my goal is to have it be like downloadable and interactable, or just like on a website or something, to where you can actually just go to the website and click on the nodes yourself and learn about the cards on your own through that whole thing, because that would be really cool too. But it's just going to take a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of studying. Obviously, it's going to be something that's going to be a work in progress for like a long time. But it's not one of my main focuses to get that thing completed just yet. I need a little bit more solidity on the cards and on the zodiac as well, so I can properly have that out. Because I want to make sure I'm giving stuff out. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth and updating a bunch of stuff. I want to make sure I have it as pristine as I can, at least for like what I know, right? And then have that there, and then for the rest have what that I have for those, and then add on to that later and edit and stuff. Yeah, ideas are basically just whispers. That's really the idea is just like being presented by something. Like like the idea of this is a brown marker, and you can tell it's an idea because your senses see that color, and it's like, oh, that's brown, right? And you think, oh, it's a marker. How do you know it's a marker? Oh, it just reminds me of a marker because you've seen this shape, you've seen this thing before, right? So it's like a marker by that point. That's an idea mashing in with like conditioned stimulus. Because what if this wasn't a marker? What if this was like a knife? Right? You wouldn't know. That's why people, when they have like the combs with knives, people will get so shocked and scared when they see that, but not as scared when they see an actual knife, because they know what that knife is. They know what it's going to do. They don't know that comb's a switchblade, and now they're like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, because your conditioned stimuli told you that that's just a comb. That man's just combing his hair. It's that conditioned stimuli. So now and all that that comes from a conditioned stimuli too. But regardless, that's just how the realm works. I can go deep into it, but I won't. I tend to get silly and joke around with that rabbit hole a lot. Um, but yeah, that's the realm around us. Yeah, exactly. If someone acts out of ordinary or what they believe how they should act, that's where people say you're unpredictable. No, I'm not unpredictable. You're just trying to predict what I'm doing, dummy. You're not that smart. You don't know me, so you can't predict what I'm gonna do. So I am unpredictable because you're trying to do something that you can't do. You don't know me. Even if you live 1,000 years with someone, you would never truly know them because you don't know how they operate up here. You know how they operate externally. You'll never know their actual thoughts. You have to be okay with that. No, there are. There straight up are. My friend has one. They're real. You can get them. You can get there's cane shotguns and stuff and brief suitcase it's like suitcase guns and shit. Like those things are real. Those aren't like just movie stuff. Like that's real. Those are like real things that people have. It's really cool. But yeah, there's just a lot, man. There's so much. Uh Dude, there's just so much. I can't say it. I can't like say what I need to say because there's just so much. Like I could use tarot to break down like the laws of nature. I could use tarot to break down the mentality of things like dude, like astrology and all that shit tell you how that's working. Like each card like you can find like your whole chart with this deck basically, right? Your whatever card is in Mars and in that thing, whether it's fire, water, air, earth, whatever sign it's in. If you can find a planet with that, there's a card with it, and then you can literally see the tarot cards. You'll see what people. Okay, your cards that you drew. The cards that you drew are the ones that's in here. It's all based off of this information right here. Right, I had to make sure it was right. Yeah, general, all of it. If you just know what the cards are and how they work, you can get your whole card. You can get all your cards and see what cards you were dealt. And then once you start reading tarot in that deeper sense, you can start seeing, oh shit, this is how I'm moving in life. These are my blockages. You don't need that astrology reading anymore because you actually have the full thing in picture to show you what's going on. You want like, oh, you're just too busy with your thoughts. Are you too busy with your thoughts, or are you running away with thoughts that aren't helping you? You know what I mean? Like there's that difference in that. And that's where the tarot comes in and gives that extra oomph. It shows you this is the full reason why. And this is also how you reconnect to it. Because it doesn't just tell you the issue, it shows you the solution, the eye contact behind with the seven telling you to wait and look back, right? Yeah, looking at the color with that card, I bet that would really help out a lot. Um, but yeah, you can, if you do that, you can find all that stuff out. It's really cool. I haven't done it for my whole chart. I've done it for my sun, moon, and rising, in my and things of that nature. I did it for my eighth house though, which was very interesting. Oh yeah, probably, dude. I bet if you did invert it, because that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I want to see the sketches before. I want to see what it was before this. I want to see it before it became the final version. You know what I mean? I want to know like what all they changed and how much they changed it, how much they put in and how much they took out. 2-pack on Amazon for $10. I'm telling you, dude. The reason they're selling it, like the only reason why people are selling like tarot cards and Ouija boards and stuff out like that, because people don't know how to fucking use it. Why do you think you go into like bookstores and see witch books? The average Joe doesn't know how to use that shit or to know like the secrets in it or like what it's about. Oh, it was interesting and cool. I'll pick it up. It's really cool. I do it sometimes, but they don't know what it is. They read the guidebook that it comes with, so they end up stationing it with what that definition says, which is brought to you by the U.S. government. So they're not going to tell you the full thing either. But regardless, it's like they sell them as toys because like that's how they're trying to perceive them to be. Oh, they're just toys. They're all fake. It's nothing real to worry about. But like when you step into that realm and really see like, oh, what these things are, they're very much real things that you can very much use and interact with. No, dude. Seriously. Just being a fly on the wall when they were doing it would be priceless, man. I wouldn't even care if I could see. If I could just be a blind fly on the wall and hear what they were saying, dude. That's all I would need. Hell, I could be the invert of that and be deaf but have super good vision, and that's all I would need. The actions and the words would speak for themselves. There wouldn't be a need for any other like addition. It would just be there in full sense. You would be able to like feel it. It would be crazy. Exactly. The Bible is a huge worldwide seller. And let me tell you, dude, the victim always makes the bestseller. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but in the scope of things, you never see the abuser making a best book or a top writing book. You rarely see that. You see the victim overcome. So you have to understand that when these books come out, it's because of some victim stance. Someone's trying to rewrite something, rewrite themselves, show them how they rewrote themselves, right? Not even to show their image out to the public, but just to say, hey, I rewrote this for myself, right? You apply that to the Bible, and once you figure out what happened with the Bible and the Vatican and all that stuff, then you can kind of see the victimization of that. How the Pharaoh was proclaimed Egyptian when it was actually Jewish pharaohs, because Moses was Jews were not Jews were not prophets. Jews were not astrologers in that time. It was forbidden against their religious laws. They wouldn't have that. The Pharaoh had slaves that would do that for them. They had their own wizards and stuff that would do that for them. In that sense, the Jewish magic was completely different from what the Gypsies used. That's why when the magicians who were from Jewish magicians using Jewish magic went up against the Egyptians with Moses and Aaron, that's why they couldn't beat them, because they were using true form of magic while they were using the laws of energy and knowing that you can create anything that you wanted, but having to go through that rigorous platform of creating it to be a statured system rather than being like blown all over the place. Dude, I would love to talk to Alan more. I would love to talk to Alan more. I don't know, dude. He's crazy. He's who I think he is, right? Yeah, he is. Who's that other Alan I'm thinking of? There's another dude I was thinking of, but I can't remember his name. He made a really weird series on YouTube called How to, like, something to do with the blue chair, like how to sit down a blue chair or something, or how to knock over a chair. You don't know about what with the Pope? I don't know much about the Pope either. Hmm. I mean, most of like the popes were like it's like fucking pedophiles or murderers or rapists anyway. So like, and they were all sons of bankers too. If you didn't know that, every pope is a son of a banker. Mm-hmm. He definitely do fit in there. What account is this? Isn't the what the hell? What's going on with my page? The algorithm's being weird on my YouTube again. Oh no. Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, Alan Moore is like, dude, I don't know. I just want to go back in time and just like, I don't even want to say anything to them. Just listen to like the wisdom of them, because that's the thing. Like those who are wise, like even though you might not get the wisdom, it's just about listening to it. It might not make sense, but at some point it will click, and it will click either consciously or unconsciously. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who the fuck is that other Alan? Alan Tutorial is what it was. What the fuck? That's not even his name. But the channel's name was Alan Tutorial. Who was behind Alan Tutorial? What was his fucking name? Because he's like an Adult Swim dude. Alan Resnick is his name. That's who I was thinking of. It's Alan Resnick. I would like to deep dive into Alan Resnick's mind too. He's a very interesting character. He's made a lot of interesting art films. But I confused Alan Moore with Alan Resnick for a split second. And then I was like, no, he's the dude. He's the beard man. He's like Santa Claus, but not. I used to call him that, and I got in trouble for it, unfortunately. Someone didn't like it. That is interesting. I can see why though. Mmm. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. With John Lennon, that's what's up. Hmm. Is there a new leader for the? Is there a new leader being chosen for the Nation of Islam? Does anyone know that? Because I'm like, I keep seeing stuff about that. Is that like actually happening or what? Like, does anyone have any idea what's going on with like the Nation of Islam right now? I'm out of the loop really bad. Have been for a while. Um, but if anyone has any information, I would love to know. Because I keep seeing something about like there's like a new leader for the Nation of Islam, and like who it would be, and that's like is there someone like is there someone like doing it? Like I don't know. It's very interesting though, because if there is a new Nation of Islam leader with tying up with like the passing of the Pope, I all respects Nation of Islam. I don't want to seem like that, but that's just a little sketch to me, right? I look into things. All respect to Nation of Islam, truly and all holy. They have done everything like that they can for their people, and you know they could do more, um, but they're I'm not part of the Nation of Islam, so it's not really my place to speak on it, of course. So I'm gonna refrain from speaking any further on it. I just didn't know like what was going on with that. But I do know I have some people in here who might know. I just don't think they're in the chat right now. On the channel for sure. Right now, maybe not. But that's just very odd to me. And I just had to put that 2 cents in there because I don't know. I did not. I did not. I can't get a hold of them. I don't know who donated it. They just stopped in and donated it. I don't know. I called Cash App. I gave them all the proper information, and they said, for the security of the account, probably because the amount was a lot. They said that for the security of the account, that I wouldn't be able to, and that I would get access to that account in 2 days. But the person could still refund it, and rationally, I don't really want to wait 2 days because I can't stay here for 2 days unpaid. I can't even. I'm technically supposed to be here right now. But I sent out an SOS on the channel. Yeah, see, that's what I think. I said it last time in the chat, but they didn't refund it from that and resend it. I don't know what's going on with that because I don't even have an email to email them on. I checked my email for like the Cash App name because I was like maybe this has some like a correlation. No, nothing. I don't know who that individual was, and it's like I'm very grateful for it. I just I just don't want them to be down that amount that they sent without it like actually being in like the hands of like who it was supposed to be sent to. No, like that was the thing. Like it was like a full on just like miracle donation is what it was in that time. Um, and I'm super grateful for it. It's just I want to make sure that they don't like lose that amount because it was like 2,000, and I don't want them to like be out of that. Am I gonna be good for the night? I'll probably have to sneak out of here at night because this room is not locked. It's unlocked. So if this place runs out of king bedrooms and someone books a king bedroom, it's gonna be this one. And I would have to leave. This room is also dirty though, so I don't think because it's not clean, so the bed's not made either. So it's marked dirty probably, but I would have to leave like early in the rising before before the cleaning crew got here so that I could leave. Yeah, no, that was the thing. I didn't expect that much because dead ass like that basically would have solved like 9 out of 10 issues. I would have been able to get this place for a week, which would have set me off solidly. I literally would have like took yesterday. Well, I'm still doing it tomorrow. I have to like practice my DJ set. Um, I'm gonna have the balance for real. Um, but I was gonna because I have that DJ set on the 10th, so that's gonna be fun to do. Man, see, I wouldn't mind to live in a trailer. I don't know, like, I just don't want to be in a trailer park. I don't want meth head neighbors. I've already had that before. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Because I mean, I don't know. The trailer parks around here they're not the cleanest, but they are very friendly. Everything at the moment, no, for real. No, but for real, like that would have like I'm gonna get it regardless, right? Within 2 days, hopefully before then. Um, but after I get that in, every like 9 out of 10 issues are gonna be solved. The only like the 10th, the 10 is just having a place to be that's not here, which requires me to raise my credit score, and find a way to get around that eviction that I have on my, my record. That's fair. Yeah. Being on, listen, dude, being on dirty land is not fun. So I get that completely. But I mean, like, I'm not stressed out about it. I'm fine. Like, I've to like I don't know. Today was different. Well, obviously, like the entire like this past like week has it been, where I've been streaming. I've been telling y'all I've been feeling weird. It's just today's like the weirdest. My stomach doesn't hurt anymore. I'm still like feeling like completely numb. Which might be from the fast. That just might be the body cleansing itself. That's probably just a fast thing, right? But my stomach has not hurt anymore. I've been super fucking energized today, like beyond my belief energized. Oh yeah, cause like that was my first plan. That was the first thing I was gonna do. Was like I'm gonna call them, but then they had like the contact support with the website. I'm like I'm not gonna go through the website. I'd rather just call them. It's just easier that way. But they could have like if the amount was less, they could have done it. Actually, they really they took like I went from the main support to like another line where people like he sent it to like his partner who could like actually transfer the funds and shit like that. And he said like even though all the information is correct, it's like a security thing. So the amount's just too much. If it was lower amount, I would have been able to send it. And I was like, that's fine. So it was very possible. It was really good. So I know it can work. So if it happens in the future with like a lesser amount, I won't give a fuck. I'll just do that. Thank you, Ashley. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that, Ashley. I appreciate love that very much. But like next time that happens, I can definitely. And it's so funny we're talking about Cash App and you sent it to the right Cash App too. I'm sorry. I'm just in that mood right now. I cannot be serious as much as I would like to be right now. But yeah, everything's fine. Like every issue that I have is like solved somehow. I'm just kind of bopping and vibing. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate love that. I don't. I've been doing so good on appreciate love, and I said appreciate today. Goodness gracious, that's the first slip up today. No, but I appreciate that. I truly do. Thank you. Truly, truly. Oh no, I have, dude. Oh my god. Um, I think it was like two, 2 or 3 days ago. I did a very extreme like face scrub, and the amount of like I drained the fuck out of my lymphatic system. I was like, dude, I was the most part of me being in the shower is me like hawking up mucus from like all the steam and like the relaxation of like all the lymphatic system. Like I got all that mucus out. It was like surprising. I was extremely dehydrated after that, but I got all of it out in that one place. Oh yeah, I'm very happy that I tried. Like that, it was like a very like I love the experience. It was probably like one of the most joyous experiences I had with customer support in my entire life, and I don't know why I have to describe it like that, but I do. It was like the dude was super nice. Everyone was like super nice. It was just everything was just right. Dude, I used to do that. Oh my god, I love smoking out the room with stuff. I made a mistake with eucalyptus oil. Accidentally, I took it in the shower because I was gonna use a little bit on, right, just a tiny bit because it goes a long way. But I knocked the ball off, and some of it dumped on the ground, and the whole like this whole like room was just smelling like a eucalyptus, and it dude, it was so funny. It wasn't bad, but it was like, damn, like I like eucalyptus, but not this much. Holy shit, like it was strong. I did, however, smell very I smelled like eucalyptus for like a week after that. I'm just in a mood today. I'm in one of those giggly moods. Other things is witchcraft. Call it what you want. Call it what it do. It works. You know what I mean? Break it. The way I always break it down is witch is just representing the feminine element, and craft is just making things. So it's making things with the feminine element, making things from the heart space. You know, that's what I call witchcraft, at least. That's the way that I view it in that sense. But I also like look up etymology and origins of words like a lot. So I go around and get like different like, okay, so this means this, what does that mean? And going down that rabbit hole. No, yeah, like it's bizarre. It's like worked. I'm very very happy with this cleansing. I've also been having roasted dandelion tea, and that's helped out a lot with detoxing, um, and stomach as well. Um, so the line of if you can fast, drain your lymphatic system, and drink roasted dandelion tea, which is extremely fucking bitter. Please get honey if you have it. I didn't have any, and it was just so bitter, dude. I mean, I got used to it, but oh my god, that shit will dry your mouth out so fast, but it detoxes the hell out of you, and it does its works. I can definitely see it was an energizer for sure. Raw honey, yeah, exactly, raw honey. But the dandelion definitely like was an energizer. It definitely like had me pumped. I would drink it in the when I would first rise, and it would like I would be fine. I would like I would go down, I would make the tea, I would take a shower, and then drink that, and I would just be going off for the day. It's also helped my energy levels after. I haven't had any in 2 days, and my energy level has been really well, except for like this rising, but that was a that was a body thing. I have never tried mugwort tea without honey, and I think if I do, I'd explode and cry. So I think I'm good on that. Oh shit, hell yeah. Oh, when you plant your seeds, if you are the only one that's gonna eat your food that you're planting, put the seed in your mouth. Your saliva will alter the DNA of the seed to give you benefits of everything that you're lacking. So if you're lacking iron or zinc or whatever, that plant will grow with some in it to help you boost that for your system to help you be healthier. So you can plant your seeds like that. Just put it in your saliva or spit on the seed when you plant it, and it benefits you. It reads the DNA of your saliva, it integrates it because that's what it does. The seed takes nurturing in. That seed, when gets the water, that's how it creates. You put chemicals in water, you get a chemicalized plant. You put your saliva in a seed, you get that seed, you get that plant that's relative to you. It's now going to benefit you in a greater way. Like seriously, like it's not even a joke. If you do that, it will benefit the fuck out of you. It will give you what you're lacking. And it just helps so much. It's so beautiful. You can do like if you plant marijuana, dude. you can do the same thing with that. Whatever seed it is, if it's something that you're either gonna like ingest or like smoke or whatever, you can do it with that, and it will be beneficial to you in that sense. Because again, whatever man desires, nature supplies. And if you put your saliva in that, what's gonna happen is it's gonna get nurtured it's gonna get nurtured by mother nature, obviously, right? And that saliva is gonna be that water that nurtures it. It going into that soil, going into the seed, and boom, there it is. Be sure to do that. And if you have like, if you're gonna have like a garden, you're gonna plant multiple seeds, like section them off with like little tags. Um, put like, oh, this is my food for this. Like, this is my zucchini. That's like my someone else's zucchini, stuff like that, and that can really help you out with that too. Um, but all in all, like seriously, this world is one of the craziest and most beautiful connected things ever, and like it's just a fascination to be here. It really is. There's so much shit that's so crazy in this world. Like the fact that you could literally rule this world with a bunch of copper. If you had copper, you could just rule this world. There would be nothing that stopped you. You would have You would have access to aether energy. You have access to electricity. You have access to plasma. You'd have access to conductors. Dude, you'd have access to like the internet. Dude, like seriously. Like it is so bizarre. It's crazy. Because all electrical poles are is just wood stuck into the ground with a bunch of metal up in the sky connected by wire. Like they're not doing anything. The moisture from that wood is going in the ground. That's getting that moisture from the air and creating electric static and sending it through those wires. But it's about knowing these things, and not only just about knowing them, but just like learning about them too. Yeah, like seriously, you can like you can tell a tree to touch you. Like if you walk up to a tree and say, it's like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, come closer to my voice. It will reach its branches up to you and touch you. Like he can, how are you? Hey tree, it's okay. Don't be shy. You know, you know, Can you touch my face with your branch? Can you bring your branch closer to me? Things of that nature. You can do that. I've done it before. It's fucking beautiful. Dude. I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie. It's something that even no matter how like spiritual you are, unless you've done it once before, it's an experience that just like it's like holy shit, I'm a fucking idiot. Like this whole world is like this, and I've been doing this other thing this whole time. It's so bizarre, dude. Like this realm is beautiful. It is so beautiful. We literally forget how good this realm is because we forget about the feminine element, and that's just it. She's all around us, always giving us what we desire, but we just aren't desiring the thing from the right place. We're desiring the fleshly desires instead of the soul desires. Dude, it's a thing. Talk to your plants. I used to do it all the time. Whenever I'm walking, I'll say hi birds, hey tree, hey grass. Like if I see a dandelion, I'll say hey. Like I just talk to shit. I don't need a response back. I just want to let them know that I see them and that they're there. Oh, really? I didn't know that there was a study on that. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to. Hold on. That's something I'm typing up right now. Hold on. I'm just gonna type in "screaming tree study" and hopefully it pops up. Yeah, I mean, basically it did. That is so cool. No, see, that's the thing. We've been so rationalized. We think that everything has to be done by like, planting your seeds can just be, gardening and putting the seed in the ground. But you can also just like nurture it and send it love. It's the same thing. You're having a child. It's like a child. You can't ignore a baby. You can't just, leave a baby alone or not take care of it. It dies. It needs that love. Same thing with a plant. If you can talk to a plant or talk to your business or talk to whatever you have energetically, let it know that you love it and that it's doing well, and not fill it with, oh, it's bad, no one cares about this, all these things, like we usually do. It would grow so much more. it would be more, you know, it would be more affectionate. It would have more love to run off of, so that it could go out and do its thing. Um, oh, dude, trees are so cool. I love trees. I just love nature. I've always been someone to be around nature. Like, I was a Bear Scout. I didn't get to Eagle Scout. I dropped out at Bear Scout. I didn't give a fuck anymore after that. Everyone was just kind of an asshole at that point, and I didn't want to be like a mini Mason. Uh, but I had a lot of the tools from there. Our Boy Scout lodge actually, where we were, like the Cub Scout area and the Boy Scout area, where they would take us to do like arts and crafts and shit. It used to be a masonry lodge, so the floors still had the checkerboards and shit on it. Like, it was the whole room where you would like put your hand on the Bible and swear not to tell any of the secrets room, right? It was that. I forgot what the place is called, but it had like the whole altar in there and everything still. Um, but it was this like a genuine like masonry room, and my dad when my dad walked in there with me, he was a little shocked. But we had to talk about it, and I was like, that's what that is. He goes, yeah, like that's, you know, because he might have been a Mason, he might not have, but his brother was, for a fact, his brother was a 1000% a Mason. I literally seen him my entire life wear a masonry ring, and I never once questioned him about it, because I was just like, you're wearing, like, I know a little bit about that, at least, like, I know you're following the square. um I don't know what degree he is, though. He might be a 33-degree Scottish Rite, um, just based off of like how my dad talks about him, and how the whole family is with him. But I do feel like he's at least a Scottish Rite, within Masonry. I feel like he is. I haven't talked to him about it though, like, ever. It never was like a major thing to talk to him about. But it's also really funny because there's no such thing as a 33rd degree Mason. It's just a 3rd degree Mason, because there's 3 schools. The rest of the schools that you go through are the same 3, just at different levels. So you're just getting more and more knowledge of it. It's just 3, squared, or cubed. Excuse me. It's 3 cubed at that point. It gives you 9, I think, if that's right. And you post in Discord. Go for it. Hmm. But yeah, I don't know. That was an interesting little pipeline to take for a minute. There's all sorts of stuff you can do in this realm, like on the physical, that receives that nourishment. You know what I mean? By itself. That's the funny thing though. Like, masonry isn't satanic. It's the brothers who teach you that depends. Because when you're brought into the lodge, you're taught by other lodge members. You're not actually taught by anyone superior at first. You're taught by brothers, and you're forced to trust them. So if your brothers happen to be satanic, they'll just suck you down the pipeline of being satanic in that sense. Um, or they'll teach you about those ways of life within masonry. Um, but masonry, you know, it requires you to believe in a god, but that god does not have to be Christian. That's basically what it is. You have to have something to build it off of, because masonry is about building. You need a higher power to be able to build. You need to have that instruction from somewhere to build. So you get those tools to learn how to build. But it depends on who's teaching you, and who like, who the craftsman is. Excuse me, that's the better way of saying it. Who the craftsman is, who's showing you the way and what tools they use, um, and how they're teaching you with their tools and stuff of that nature. But you know, some lodges don't require you to believe in a god, but a lot of lodges do. Um, or at least adopt something of like a knowing of a higher power, if not wanting to identify with God. You know what I mean? But just having like knowing of there is a power outside of self that is able to do and it has like control over things in that sense. Just knowing that exists is a pretty easy way to get in, like, is like a requirement for masonry basically. The same reason why there's churches in on every block in the Bible Belt. Actually, I don't really know, but that's a funny joke to make. I'm not too sure why there's lodges in every like town, but I just felt like making that Bible joke. I just really felt like making that. I'm not too sure though. I'll be honest up and clear. I'm not too sure. Masonry's not my full suit. I just know bits and pieces of things. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are Masons and don't even know they are actually as well, which is really funny. But welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? Because like if you somehow have the tools to navigate through life, or you are aware of like how to read the realm, you're already in some part of like of that Mason. You're already building something. It is a choice hotel. Um, it is a choice hotel. I have a membership here, so that's why I came here. Unfortunately, see, I would be fine if I could pay with points. I don't, I don't have points though. I'm all out of points. Yeah, some like masonry things are not. Um, some masonry experiences are not good because it really just depends on the brother or the craftsman. It could be a sister as well if you're at Eastern Star, because that's masonry for the sisters is the Eastern Stars. Um, but yeah, some masonry experiences are not good. There is one thing you do have to know though. You don't have to, obey the oath. That's stimulus conditioning. That's fear mongering to get you to, conceal out of fear. Oh, I'm gonna slit your throat and cut your tongue off, or whatever. Like those other cults say, right? Or the other like regimens say. They won't, like, you don't have to agree to that. You can speak on it, right? But it's a fear monger thing to keep you from saying it. It's the whole thing till death do us apart with marriage. It's to keep you caught in a contract based off of fear, so that you actually don't receive what you're desiring, and you receive only what you can have with limitations put on self. You wear a new you like you take off your shirt, you put your pants around like your ankles or something, and they blindfold you and they walk you along around the lodge, and you have to trust them. And then they tell you they bring you into like the room. They put you in front of the podium, in front of like in the middle of the room basically, and they say, put your hand on this book and swear on your life that you will never say anything that we teach you in here. I don't know the full thing. I'm not a Mason, obviously. I've been told things and don't know the full process, but those who know will know. And you can correct me, please do. But you swear over for secrecy, and that you make an oath to the being that you would never ever share anything that this lodge tells you, and that you will conceal more than you will reveal, and all these things, and all that stuff. But you don't actually have to take that oath seriously, because that oath is only as strong as you believe it in yourself, which is why they need that fear attachment. Because once you have that fear attached to it, now you're stuck. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fraternity BS. Yeah, it's really fucking weird. Like masonry is like a fraternity, actually. If you really want, it's like a fraternity for adults. But it also teaches like uh the old ways of life and like Egyptian secrets, especially the Eastern Stars, because that's why they call it the Eastern Stars for a reason. And it's also to show you that masonry was not a Western thing; it's all Eastern. Because again, the Eastern Stars, it tells you where it originates from. And going off the law that the feminine comes first and that the feminine is the creator, the Eastern Stars were there. You know, so it's telling you where it all comes from. It's all there in front of you. Like they have they it's it. Are we back? Please let me know if we're back. They booted me off. They booted me off. I don't know, cause they booted me off my laptop at least, cause it's not reconnecting to that. We're back. Oh, thank God. My laptop's broken. Like, hold on. Like, I can't even. I'm not even. Oh, never mind. It just fixed. Never mind. You better fix. That was so weird. Everything just like broke and died for a minute. I don't know what that was. But we're back. I can't see the chat on my laptop. Is the thing. They own. What the fuck is going on? I don't get this, dude. Like the internet's on and everything, but like it's not letting me see any update on there. It is not letting me do anything here. And the internet's on. Like it's okay. Like I didn't get any notification. It's still on. It's still working. Man, what the fuck? Hmm. They don't want you fucking knowing. Let me spit the tea. I'm not even a Mason. You can't even fucking do anything to me, dude. Chill. I'm not. I didn't even sign anything to your rights, but yet I know it. So let me spill the tea. I didn't take your oath. I'm not sworn to shit. But I get for being a curious little critter. I still can't use the YouTube chat though. I refreshed it and everything. It's still not working. The video's working, but the chat's just not. I can't make this shit up, dude. This whole thing is just breaking. It's so funny. Oh, it worked. It's back. The chat came back on. Yay! But the video is behind by like forever. It's like behind like a minute or so. Regardless, I don't know. I'm just telling you, dude. I told this is gonna be happening a lot on this channel. I cannot wait. I am so excited and happy to be back in the boat. Oh my god. No, it's not. Is it Marriott? Does Choice go through Marriott? No, no, no. So I go. No, I'm going through Choice Hotels. Um, not Marriott. I've been in a few Marriott. I've never been in a Clarion hotel before, but they're really nice. They're very comfy. There's like there's like a few good Marriotts like here, kinda. They're not like the best, but Choice is like a good place to go. I should have got the membership earlier. I only got the membership like in February. I would have had like so many points. I would have had like so many free days to bank on now, which is like my mistake, obviously. But I have a account now, so I've actually been using points a lot for some of the days. It's just I only have 2,000, and you need 6,000 to even consider using points or paying half with points and like half points and half cash. You need like 6,000 for that. Because the full price for the points would be 12,000 points. And I have like 3,000 points right now. Because I think like 4 days ago I used a free the The point paying for points and got a free room. I think it was like 4 days ago. Yeah, like there's a whole thing with learning how to do that, and it's like I'm not even upset about myself with it because it was just like I kind of when I got the card I was laughing with the dude who was giving it to me because I was like, man, I should have got this a long time ago. He said, yeah, you would have had you would have had so many points. I would have been like, dude, I could have just been staying here for like a whole month for free. I wouldn't have to worry about anything. He said, no, you really probably would have. Oh, say to I am in Kentucky. I am in Kentucky. The belt buckle of the Bible Belt. The belt buckle of the Bible Belt. I will never hear anyone say that. I don't know where I like got that from, but I've just been saying it forever. Tennessee, that's what's up. Exactly, Steven. I made the best choice with the info that I had. I didn't see my my first thought process was I have to pay to be a rewards member. No, you don't. That's what stopped me for so long. I was like, I don't want to pay for this. And I was like, is this free? And they were like, yeah, it's free. I was like, can I get this? Like, this would help out so much if I could just get this. But they also have like a credit card that you can get. Um, and that one costs money. Um, so I didn't opt into getting that, but I got the other one. Nah, see, that's the thing. That you can't even like blame anything because like no one said it was free. It's like, do you want to be your choice rewards member? I'm not gonna say yes if I don't know it's gonna cost money. Like what? So no one told me, and I didn't ask the question either. So no, like the air was just blank anyway. I just assumed. Um, so it's a whole thing. We live, we learn. We're walking the path. Now I know, and now I'm a Choice Rewards member. So now I can go to any Choice hotel in the fucking world and be fine. Yeah, that's why they don't advertise it. It's free. Oh, dude, Kentucky can have some crazy beautiful moons. We have I stand by this. I think Kentucky has one of the best um spring to fall transitions and then winter to spring transitions. I think Kentucky's the best for that. People from all over the fucking world come to Kentucky just to see the leaves change. It's so fun. Do we get vibrant fucking colors? Oh my god, you'll never see an orange leaf like you will here. Oh my god, dude. I love when my birthday comes around because the leaves, some of them still have like leaves on them, and it like, dude, they are orange as fuck, and they are brown. There's some green ones. There's red. It's beautiful. No, they do. They really do. Right now, where I'm kind of like in the like on the outskirts of a city, it's not the what is that? I don't want to see that anymore. Get that away. Anyway, I guess my vision's getting blurry or something. Regardless, like it's cloudy because of like sky musk and whatever. But like where I used to live, there was no like sky pollution, and I could literally stare into like I could see like planets with my bare eyes and shit. It was so beautiful. And I also had we had a telescope too, so it was just oh my god, it was perfect. And my window, funnily enough, my window was on this same. I had two windows, and one of them was when the sun would rise, and the other one was where the sun would set. So in summer times, my room would be the hottest room in the house, and in the winter times, my room would be the coldest room in the house. But I always got to see the sunrise and the sunset, and I always got to see like the planets and the moon. It was so beautiful. I've never been there. I would like to go visit California at some point. Uh, it's a very interesting place. But I also like, I don't know. I'm not very city savvy. But I'm street smart, so I'd be like fine, but I'd get lost easy. It depends. I flip flop a lot. I'll sleep facing like the west, and then I'll flop and face the east. I'll just flip flop. It depends. Sleeping on your well, laying on your different sides does like different things for your digestive system actually as well. So that's probably why I flip around a lot to help that stomach acid stuff. And welcome in again. How we doing? How we feeling? Dude, lightning bugs. I love lightning bugs. Oh my god, I would run around and chase them and catch them. I would. The one thing I wouldn't do is put them in a jar and shake them. I would catch them in my hand like this, and then I would peek open to see in it. Like, you know, you can't see, but I would peek open to look at them, and then I would let them loose. I would never put them in a jar. We call them fireflies? No, we call them lightning bugs. The reason why they got lightning bugs because in the Appalachian you would put them in a jar and shake them up, and you could hang them around as like lights for you. But I don't agree with shaking them, even though they are classified as a bug. They are some of the coolest, most beautiful things. That's literally their purpose is to light up the sky. They are stars that are like as close as you can get to them. They're so cool. I love lightning bugs. Why do I get asked these questions that I have like absolute answers to? Hold on. I gotta get someone a PDF. Someone asked me for a PDF. I feel so weird saying that. Like someone asked me for a PDF. I gotta go find a PDF. The green beetles. Oh my god, June bugs. I fucking love June bugs, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit, I forgot. Roly polies, man. That's what we call them. I don't care what you all call them. We're the roly polies. These are videos, not books. I don't know where the bugs went. I haven't seen any like thing except for like little bees and stuff, but like I don't know. Aw. Yeah, that's the thing. Mosquitoes would fucking jump into those like really heavy. Um, where the hell is it? Is it here? No, it should be this. No, but this isn't it because it's the other folder. Hold on. Let me check here real quick. Yeah, I don't see any mosquitoes. Rarely at all, which is kind of concerning a little bit. Why am I doing that? I just have to click here. I'm sorry. I'm silly. Hold on. Here we go. I love dragonflies. I haven't seen a dragonfly in forever. Yeah, spiders. I haven't seen any ants, but spiders for sure. Yeah. Where's it at? Um, where is it at? I haven't even seen a butterfly, dude. I haven't got to see much, man. All right, I can move that back in the center. Oh hell yeah, dude! I used to see white butterflies are very very good sign of transformation, and good periods, dude. Things like white butterflies are the best. I used to see them all the time when I was like in really stressful situations, and every time I would see them, it would always end out really well. Um, but I've been seeing a bunch of spiders. I got a feather. I found a random feather that flew in the room, and it was black and well, it was blade with a gray with the black tip, and that signifies that change is coming. And that was really cool to see. And welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? Let me go to my downloads. Take all three of these. And just paste those. What is up with like, dude? So, like, I don't know why the sirens had like. I guess that's conditioned stimuli for me, but like every time sirens play, I always like get that Mark Angel Michael notice. You know, I guess that's like supposed, but like sirens have not been a thing for a while. Have y'all noticed that actually? Because usually when when I'm streaming or whatever, sirens usually go off all the time, and they haven't been going off that much until like recently. I don't know if y'all have noticed that about cardinals, like the bird. Cardinals are signs of your ancestors. They usually carry messages from your ancestors. Crows can be messengers from any spirit, but cardinals are mainly related to your ancestors, not really your guides or your angels, but like just your ancestors in that sense. Is there anything else I need to send from this? No. Okay, cool. You know what? Why don't I just send him the whole like? Here, I'll just send him this. I'll just send him this. All right, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love hummingbirds. What about blue jays? Unfortunately, I don't know much about blue jays. Um, the most I know about like birds is like crows, um, and like little bits of well, no, isn't blue jay intuition? I'm pretty sure blue jay has a lot to do with your intuition. Um, paying attention to that intuition. I think don't quote me on that, but I had a fucking image pop up in my head that kind of made me think that. So I'm gonna kind of roll with that. White spiders? I have never seen a white spider. I have never ever ever seen a white spider. Something funky is going on out here in the matrix around me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like your parents, whenever they pass over, your grandparents, those things, like those are your ancestors. The people that came before you are your ancestors, right? Your mom and dad are your ancestors. Your grandma and your grandpa are your are your ancestors. Your great grandmother and your great grandfather are your ancestors, right? They came before you and they assisted in the creation of who you are, meaning that they are your ancestors. That's why whenever you call on your ancestors, you say known and unknown, so you can attract all the ancestors, and then after that, you can clarify like ancestors of those that I know and those that I don't know that are helping me on the highest path for whatever else, and adding those things so that you can call them all together and then know which ones you actually need. Because some ancestors you don't know the name of if you don't go down your ancestry list, right? Or have like a family tree or any a book or anything of that nature. So it's always safe to say all ancestors known and unknown, and then clarify more of like what you're desiring for them to help you with. So that the ones that aren't going to help you with that part or can't help you with that part will fall into the shadow, or the backgrounds in that sense, and the rest will help you move forward. That's I don't know. That reminds me, like when I visited my cousin in Wyoming, we had a bunch of like birds fly into the windshield when we were driving. And I don't know like why. I don't know what that's a meaning of. That's like, you know what I mean? But that's really interesting. Especially the fact that it like, you held it and it got up and flew away in that sense. That's interesting. Yeah, blue jays are the blue jays are the rudest corvids of them all. I'll be real. Blue jays are really mean corvids. You would think like crows. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. I'm fine. But blue jays are just like they are the most territorial of the corvids. At least on their own, and a crow won't really do anything by itself. If it has its buddies, but that it will do stuff. But they usually don't want to fight. They usually just fly away because it's not worth their time. Yeah, I don't know. Like this is just the shit that's gonna be happening on this channel for a while. I'm completely fine with it. It's like I can go here, and it doesn't even still. It still doesn't. So look, it says I have 5 viewers on my phone. I look here, and I got that many people, and then I look here, and I have 13. So what number is it? I don't know. I really don't care. I just know I have people in here watching. And those people could be seen to know what I know, or these people could just be seeing how they could silence this shit down. Whatever the case is, I'm still talking, so it don't matter. Shit's just crazy, man. They try to hide it. They really, really do. They can't though. You can do your best. Yeah, cardinals are really huge on ancestral messages. Very, very, very huge on them. Um, it's so funny because my mom loved cardinals, um, a lot, and we would like always take care of the cardinals and hummingbirds together. Honestly, blue jays are beautiful as fuck. They are like the fact that a blue jay is a corvid is very interesting because corvids are very like not monotone but like gray scaled. to the human eye. But the blue jay is like one of the few corvids that actually shows color that the human eye can like register. Most corvids are like iridescent or have like that oil pattern color to them, but our eyes just can't make it out because of the light reflections that are moving on. I guess I don't know. It's usually I don't know. That could be it. It could just be the frequencies and stuff. But like they always had occurrences with that car. Um, they would say every time they would drive down a specific road with that car, like the birds would just fly into the windshield. I have not, but I have been pretty interested in it. I've been interested in it. I just haven't like done any of it, per se. Yeah, seriously. They like that's what the birds see, you know. That's what the birds are seeing when they're looking for mates and shit or just hanging around each other. We just see them. We can kind of make out the colors on them, but it's very glossy. Welcome in, Kay. Welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? How was it? How was your experience with it, if you had any? Or like just how did it go? I guess you know. Cause I have been interested in it. Mm. That's so interesting. Uh, Not necessarily. Um, have you tried deep breathing exercises? That might be like a like a I forgot what the fuck it's called, but it's like when your chest like tenses up. Um, you may need to like some deep breathing or like massaging of that area. Look at Arabic as fuck. I know. I it's the short hair and the beard. Well, the scruff. When I went to high school, I looked like this, and people didn't know if I was Mexican or Arabic, and I'm neither, which is super funny. But people were like, I don't know like what your race is, so I don't know what to call you. But when people found out that uh, that my birth certificate said black on it, then that's what the things were used to get. But yeah, people didn't know. I had a friend who didn't know until like 4 years ago. that I wasn't like Mexican. He thought I was full blown Mexican. I was like, no, I'm not. He goes, what? I was like, no, I'm not. Like on my birth certificate, it says that I'm like black, but I'm like I have Egyptian heritage mainly. And they were like, what do you mean? It was like they just thought I was. There was a teacher that thought I was Arabic, and they were really confused about why my name was Germanic in origin, which is Lonnie. Um, and I was like, because I'm not Arabic. um, Dude, it's so funny. No, that's the thing exactly. We're all the same with different names. That's just it. Because we you know. I don't even gotta say it. You just know. We on that page. Your name does ring a bell. Um, Not entirely sure on where, but it does ring a bell. Yeah, that's what most people do, Steven. A lot of people just assume that I'm black white mixed, which that's what it says in my birth certificate. But when I went back and did my ancestry, it's more like an Egyptian. It's like it's black. It's. Oh my god. Well, I don't have the proper term for it, but it's like it's Egyptian. It's black. A lot with that. It has a lot of There's like a little bit of European. There's some. I have like a few ancestors in India. Um, I don't have that many like in the Europes until like recent generations. But most of it goes from like the Cometids and stuff, and a lot of Cherokee. A lot of my heritage is Cherokee. Um, I, I appreciate love you saying that. I've never heard any. That's the first time I've heard anyone say that to me. So that is a very very interesting compliment. I very much take it. Um, but yeah, I I I don't know. I don't know why. So I don't know. I'm trying to fill in space, I guess. Welcome in, Soul Child. How we doing? How we feeling? Man, I still haven't gone to Egypt yet. I've had so many of my family members go to Egypt. I haven't gone yet. I'm going to eventually. It was so funny. When I first started this channel, someone was actually going to take a trip to Egypt, and I was invited. I just didn't have the funds to go. Um, but I got invited to go on like a whole tour of Egypt, and that was so fucking cool. I wish I could have gone, but eventually I will. It wasn't meant to be on a tour. It was meant to be a personal experience, and that's how I'm gonna take it. You know. Mm. Yeah, I definitely have to watch out when I go there for sure. If I do go, I would at least want someone who is very familiar with the native language because I don't know it and I want to learn before I go. I was having one of my friends teach me it, um, but I just I they their life got busy, and my life got busy, so we kind of split apart. You sure can ask a question. What kind of question do you have? Yeah, I'll be sure to take care on that. I'm very uh I've been told a lot of things that kind of go on within Egypt, and like how the Nile is, and like how it's just a, you know, how all the tourists are and shit. So tarot doesn't give you those answers. I did, so I can't answer that for you. That's not what tarot is, or like how you read tarot cards at all. Those people who read cards in that sense are doing it for entertainment purposes only, and it needs to be only taken like that. They're not actually giving you any true information. Uh, it's a whole like trap in that sense. No, I get what you mean. There's times like um I always end up looking at myself in the mirror because I notice a lot. Because I notice like the Mexicans features. I've always noticed the Arabic features when I have like the short hair and stuff. But then I have Hawaiian. I look Hawaiian when I have like the long hair. I looked really Hawaiian in that when I had that. Um, so it's just I don't know. I'm just like I'm a fucking shapeshifter, dude. I don't worry about what race I am. If I change my hair, you'll never know. I have people that don't recognize me with my hair short, dude. This shit's so funny. No, see, that's why I changed my name to Zahara, because it's like I was kind of guided to as well, but I was like, this name does not like suit me. This name is Germanic in origin. It's like it's old as fuck. Like who named me this? Like how old were my parents? Like my birth parents when they named me this? Like what the hell generation did I come from? But I can pull a card for you for sure. Um, your card right now is the Empress, and what the Empress is talking about is not just saying that you are the Empress or some sort of high esteem. The Empress is also talking about three, the number three, which is about coming together. It's also talking about Venus. It's ruled by Venus, which is that connective point. And what you're needing to do is come together with that heart space, to come together with that internal seeing of things, and not be worried about that rational mind, not be worried about the external world of things. The confusion and the feelings that you're feeling and the emotions that you're going through are not caused by like truth. It's caused by the mind trying to create stories, just trying to put together a piece of a puzzle that isn't meant to be put together, because you will never truly know the other person on, you know, on what they're doing. That piece of the puzzle will never be solved, and the rational mind wants you to try and solve that puzzle. Focus on the things around you that you have now that are nurturing you. Focus on things right now that need to nurture on, because you're sending your attention in other ways, and there's things that right now that you could be focusing on and ruling forward and moving forward on the physical right now that would be a lot more beneficial than to focus on that. But just come into a connection with yourself and see kind of like what aspects of self you can really nurture more, in that sense, to allow yourself to gravitate towards what you're wanting, rather than trying to like see how people are, you know, being in that authentic self, not trying to change yourself for someone or see how they feel about you. Just being in that authentic energy and being honest with yourself is always best. Oh yeah, for sure. And I got you, D. No worries. I got you. I got you. Okay, because I'm on the chats. I'll remember that. Yeah, it's not the fact that we don't know. It's just we don't know how to articulate it. You know, like we don't have the words for it yet, or we don't have um the know-how of it yet. Hold on. Or is there someone else that I missed? Someone's not popping up in my chat. I don't know who that is. What do I do in my life? I study and I teach and I heal myself and I do my best. I just live. Right now in life, I'm revealing the secrets of tarot. Later on in life, no idea. But right now, we're just breaking truth, helping people along their path, connecting them to their heart space. Do I play games? Sometimes, not all the time. It's very rare. I actually spend a lot of my time like studying or like researching. I don't like. I used to play games a lot, but like ever since like I kind of got on this path, like games have kind of fallen in the background. If anything, I kind of play like clicker games that like as like a break or something, but not really much. I'm getting that like sick feeling again, and I don't know why. It's really weird. Yeah, like I would like um before the path that I'm on now, I used to like stream a lot of games on Twitch and play on and like, you know, and do that. Um Eventually at some point when like I get into the ebb and flow of all this stuff, uh and I either get like a better laptop or my computer or like an apartment so I can get my computer back. I'll probably start going back to that. That sun's going up behind you? No, that's just a painting. It's just a painting. But yeah, it's like a sunset actually, more than a sunrise because of all the purple. Um, oh goodness, what is going on? I'm getting like heat flashes. Goodness gracious, what the hell? I'm traveling somewhere, dude. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Like, I had to turn on the cold air because I'm like about to explode. I get that. Well, I mean, school is different. I'm studying on something that like school wouldn't be able to teach you, right? It's more of like a study of things that I enjoy rather than doing it because like of a forcing. But yeah, Spirit took a lot of my games, dude. I feel like that's partial reason why my other laptop was stolen too. Because if I'm gonna be completely fully honest. If I had that laptop at the point of my mentality then, if I had my laptop when I was here, I would be playing games and goofing off. I wouldn't really be doing any of this. So I can kind of see why it needed to be stolen in like, you know, past tense. You know, currently, like in retrospect. But I'm in a way better like mentality in workspace now than then, so it wouldn't even be a concern. Which is really good because like I used to have a huge trouble with that where I would like overwork and then get stressed out and then procrastinate by playing games. So I had to really work out that like issue because I would overwork and then burn out, and because I couldn't play games to like recharge myself, I just wouldn't do anything, and that would like make me feel bad, but I needed to rest, so I had to learn how to like actually rest, which I can do now, luckily. I was just stressed the fuck out. Yeah, Zahara spelled that. You spelled that correctly. What is that? What the hell? Who just came by and flashed 2 red lights in my room? Get out of here. Go. Shit, dude. Fuck. I low-key just might fucking sleep here tonight and leave really quick. I don't know. I am just too lazy to get packed, dude, because there's so much shit I gotta pack. I don't know why I'm complaining about it. I packed all of it in the first place. Like, it's but regardless, I don't know. That's my plan, is figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I am probably gonna hop off and see if I can uh rack up any more cash. So if I can possibly get another night here, and if not, then no worries for that. But regardless, thank you all so much for being in here. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for the donations, to the ones that did. Thank you for just all the conversations. Thank you for the laughs, truly. It's always a ball in here. But I love each and every one of y'all tenfold, to the moon and back. I said that backwards. I'll to the moon and back tenfold and forever. And I truly appreciate all of you. And I will see you all later.